Leave it. Hey, Richard, how's it going? So Matt forwarded me over your question about the social sign-on thing, and I told him to forward it over support because that type of question is better. It's not really conducive for me to answer in this format. If you want to see a demonstration of social login or hear about examples of other customers who have used it, the support team will be able to facilitate that for you. So I told him to forward it over to them, just so you know. Hey, Gabriel, how's it going? Hey, Cindy. Hey, Andrea. Wow. Jumping on the office hours. So we can just get started here. So for those of you who haven't done this before, it's pretty straightforward. You'll see there's a Q&A button somewhere down here. Zoom recently rearranged this stuff, so it used to be in the middle. But anyway, so if you have a question, just go ahead and submit it there. Also, if you have something that's more of a series of questions or a conversation you want to have, we could do that too. I can unmute your mic and we can do that. All right. First question here is from Tim. What's the difference between the member decision smart tag and the access decision smart tag? It seems like sometimes they can be used to do the same thing, like only showing certain content to certain people. Yeah, you're right, Tim. They do have a crossover where you can use them to do the same thing. The access decision tag, basically, it can do something that the member decision smart tag can't. Okay, so, sorry, I have a hair in my mouth. The member decision smart tag, you know, as you can tell by its name, is essentially something you can only use in the context of having a member. So basically, the member decision smart tag can only be used if a member is actually logged in. Which lends to the power that it has, which means that you can use it to show or hide content based on whether somebody has purchased a particular product, whether they have a particular membership level, and stuff like that. So that's also the limitation of the member decision smart tag, that you can only use it if a member is logged in. So this is where the access decision smart tag comes into play. The access decision smart tag can be used in contexts where members aren't logged in. So for example, if you want to show or hide content based on if somebody's a member at all, you would use the access decision smart tag. Actually, sorry, that scenario you can actually still use the member decision smart tag. Let me pull up the documentation here. Yeah, the scenario in which somebody is or is not a member, you can use the member decision smart tag because there's an attribute that says is member or is not a member, okay? So let me hide some of these windows here. Okay. So the access decision smart tag is essentially keying off of whether somebody has access to the current post that they're looking at. Now really the primary scenario that the access decision tag was created to assist in is the scenario where you have, you want to do what we call self-promoting content. So for example, say that you have a page that's only available to your members and it has all sorts of like cool video on it and like a bullet point list of what the benefits are for the video, etc. Right? Now, say you wanted to give your members the ability to maybe refer other people to your program, or say that you wanted to promote this particular part of your course. Well, the way that MemberMouse works by default is if you share the link to a protected page, when somebody tries to visit it, they're going to be sent to an access denied page, which is really what you want. That's the whole purpose of having a membership site software, so that you can protect content so people can't access it unless you want them to. But this leads to a situation where your members can't share pages that maybe they're spending all their time in protected content pages. And if they can't share that, then you might be losing out on some visibility, right? So the purpose of the access decision tag is to allow to bypass this hard block when somebody visits a protected page. And instead of booting them to a you don't have access page, you can choose to display content if somebody attempting to access that page doesn't have access. So in this scenario, you could, instead of showing your full video, you could show a teaser video, and then you can show sales copy for how they can purchase and access the entire course. So this is really the primary scenario in which you would want to use the access decision smart tag. Okay, I'm going to move on. So this question is from Frederick. We offer a $97 a year subscription on the front end. Is it possible to then offer a $197 lifetime subscription on the upsell, which automatically cancels the $97 a year subscription? Yes, that is possible. All right, so I guess I'll share my screen again. I am currently in the middle of watching Harry Potter Prisoners of Azkaban. That's what that is. Maybe we should just watch that instead of going through this. Okay. So I will log in here. So this is our demo site. So you can all do this just as well as I can. If you go to demo.membermouse.com, the credentials for the admin password is on the login page. So you can come check this out whenever you want. Okay, so the first thing we need is 2 membership levels. The first thing we need is 2 products. We need your straight sale. I'm just going to make up names here. Straight sale, or I'll just say initial sale. And you said this was $97 a month. Okay, and I'll go ahead and save that. And then you also said you had a lifetime access, which you want to offer at $197. Okay, so $197 one-time payment. Sorry, your first one was a year, not a month. So $97 a year, or one payment of $197. Okay, so now we will go ahead and create the membership levels associated with this. So we'll just say standard access or standard membership. And this is a paid membership, and you get access to it by purchasing that initial sale product. I'm going to turn off sending the welcome email. And then we'll create a membership called Lifetime Access. And again, turn off the welcome email, select the product Lifetime Access. Okay, so now we have 2 membership levels. So if I go and I copy the purchase link okay, so now we need an upsell page. So I'll go ahead and create an upsell page. You wouldn't actually call this upsell page, but that's what I'm going to do. And what you're going to want on this page is your sales copy promoting the lifetime access product. So I'm going to go and copy the purchase link for the lifetime access product and come back here and insert that buy now button. You would have other things on this page, but for our purposes, we just need the buy now button. I'll go ahead and publish this. And now we need to make this, we need to tell MemberMouse that this is a upsell page or confirmation page, something that gets displayed to the customer after purchasing a particular product. So in our case, we want this upsell page to be displayed when somebody purchases the standard membership or the initial sale product. So I'll go ahead and check that off and click update. So now that I've done that, when we purchase the initial sale product, we'll be shown this upsell page and I can click on this buy now button to accept the upsell. Okay, so now let's see this in action. So if we copy the purchase link for the initial sale product, open up incognito window, and I'm purchasing the initial sale product at $97 a year. Okay, so now we see the upsell page, right? But before I accept this, before I do anything, let's go and take a look at the member that was just created. So we see this new member was added on the standard membership. And if we go and look at it, they have a subscription that's active and $97 every year. And the next rebuild date is a year from now. So now what I'm going to do as the customer is accept this upsell, confirm that I want to charge my card. And you'll notice now, if I go back to this member, the subscription has been canceled. And so that is how you can do the thing that you're looking to do. Hold on one second. The dog's whining. Okay. Sarah, question from Sarah. Hey, Sarah, how's it going? How do I change the color of the buttons or thinking bars that are associated with MemberMouse purchases? Not sure if that makes sense. Right now I have an orange color bar that comes up if you were logged in, and a grayed out color for the button and a pink color for when somebody purchases something. And I like to make them all consistent. So with regards to the buttons, that's pretty straightforward. You can go ahead and change them. The status bar, that orange kind of loading bar, is not as straightforward, and it's not really something that I can cover in this video or at this time. The bar is basically part of jQuery, and jQuery has themes that you can apply to it. And the jQuery theme depends on, is the thing instructing what that status bar should look like. So if you really wanted to change what that status bar looked like, you would need to do some research on jQuery themes and go down that rabbit hole, which, you know, you probably don't want to do. So it's probably just going to be what it is. But that's how you do it if you want to do it. As far as the buttons, all right, let me share my screen again. No, that's not it. Oh, here we go. Using MemberMouse button styles. So this support article shows you all the different options you have in terms of applying styles to the buttons. You can change the size. You can change whether they're rounded or not rounded. And then here's all the different color options that you have in terms of the buttons. So this article should show you everything you need in order how to do that. And Cindy will paste the link in the chat so that you have access to that. All right, this question is from Will. I signed up a test member to a subscription and did the test card transaction. This allowed them into the restricted page. I then created the subscription. I then canceled the subscription and it is still letting me into the restricted page. Is this because technically, even though the subscription has been canceled, the client has paid up front for a month, so they lose access to the page when the month is up? Yes, that is exactly why. So if I go ahead and let's see, subscription, let's do this $97 subscription I just created. If I go ahead and purchase this, oh wait, sorry, incognito window. If I go ahead and purchase this and then go to the manage members screen, you'll see that there's this new membership. And now notice, notice my status up here. Account is active. So now if I go to access rights and I cancel the membership, you'll notice that the status changes to this icon, pending cancellation. And you'll see on the general tab, account is pending cancellation. And on the access rights tab, we can actually see when they will have access to. Membership will be canceled on 4/17/2021, because in this case, the subscription was for a year. So in your case, this would show something like May 17th, 2020. But if you want, you can change this date. So if we wanted to cancel them immediately for some reason, you know, like for example, if they wanted a refund, right? So let's say they write in, they want a refund. Okay, so we'll issue a refund from the transactions tab. You can do this, issue a refund. So now I've issued this person a refund, but they still have access. So now I need to take that out. So I'll go on to access rights, and then I'll say that I want it to cancel as of yesterday. So let's just do that. So now as soon as I update this, we'll see that now their membership is canceled. And the same, this works on membership levels as well as bundles. It's the same thing. If they purchased a bundle, there will be an area where you can change the cancellation date when it's pending cancellation. But yes, MemberMouse is designed such that if people pay for a month and they cancel during the month, it will still allow them to have access to what they paid for the full month. Okay. This next question is from Gabriel. I'm trying to set up a video rental. A member would pay once for a video or a group of videos and have access for a period which is not recurring. How would this be accomplished? Well, the first thing that needs to happen is you need to find a place where you can host those videos, right? So something like Wistia, something like Vimeo. So MemberMouse has nothing to do with video hosting. So assuming you have a place where you have your videos hosted, then the rest is pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's say, share my screen again. So let's say product settings, that you are doing, you have a product called single video rental. So this one is for a single video. And you're gonna price this at, it's $9.99 to rent the video, one-time payment. So I'll go ahead and save that. Now, I would use bundles for this because bundles So products are what people purchase in order to pay you something. Once they've paid you something, then the question becomes, what do they get access to? And membership levels and bundles are the things that are used to protect content. So you need to associate a bundle with a product such that you're telling MemberMouse when somebody purchases this product, they get this bundle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is create a bundle called single video access, and the bundle type is paid and the product is single video rental. I'll go ahead and create that. Okay, so now we have this bundle. Now that we have a bundle, when somebody purchases that product, actually I'll just go ahead and do it. So if I copy the purchase link for the bundle, open up an incognito window, purchase it. Okay, so now that I've done that, if we go to manage member screen, we see that this new account was created and it has the bundle on it. Now, at this point, this person will get access to nothing because we haven't specified what pages this person should get access to when they have this bundle. So now what we do is, and by the way, what I'm about to do is all functionality of WordPress. In WordPress, you can create pages, posts, custom taxonomies, stuff like this. MemberMouse can protect any of this content, right? So I'm going to create a page here, but you could easily create a post if you want to organize it that way, or you can have a custom post type, which is dictated by your theme or something else. So, but in this example, I'm just going to create a page. And I'm going to call it video delivery. So on this page, so for example, we use Wistia at MemberMouse. So if I log in here and I go to my demo site, videos, and I just, every video service that you use will be able to give you embed codes, which is basically HTML that you can put on your page to deliver the actual video. So I go to my video hosting provider, and then I go back to my video delivery page in WordPress. I find the HTML block and I insert the HTML I just got from the video provider. And I'll go ahead and publish this. Now, this is the address of the video that I just published, and you'll notice that when I go to it, it allows me access because I haven't protected this page yet. So now this is open to the entire world. But down here at the bottom, you'll see MemberMouse options. And this grant access button is where we can determine who gets access to this page. So for us, we want to grant access by bundle, and we want people who have the single video access bundle to get access to it. Okay, so now that I've done that, as soon as I've done that and update the page, when I go back to my incognito window and attempt to visit this page again, you'll notice we are redirected now to an error page because we don't have access. However, if I purchase this product and open up the incognito window, purchase the product, and now that I've purchased it, if I paste in that URL again, I can now access the page. Okay, so that's essentially how you do it. That's fundamentally how you do it. There's obviously more complex things that can be done. Why would the bundle need to expire? Did he say he wanted it to expire? Remember, we pay once for a video and have access for a period which is not recurring. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's one more aspect. So if you want it to expire after a certain period of time, when on the bundle, you just go to expiry settings here and specify that the bundle expires, and then you just specify after how long. So 7 days, whatever. So that's how you would make it expire. Okay, great. And by the way, this would actually be a good example for when you could use access tags that we were talking about earlier. So we go back to that page. Where is that axis? We go to the Access Decision smarttag article, and then we say access decision when current access is allowed. So we'll use this tag. And in that case, that's when we want to show them the video, right? So we'll put this video delivery HTML in between the opening smart access decision smart tag and the closed decision smart tag. And then we just copy that and say when access is false, i.e. when somebody doesn't have access, we have an opening and a closing smart tag. And what we'll put inside of that is the purchase link so that they can buy it. So go grab that. By the way, I know I'm going pretty fast, but these videos will be available for replay. So I copied the wrong thing. Hold on. So we want to copy the purchase link smart tag and paste it in here. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, this is the benefit of this. So say that like somebody's watching this video and they're like, oh this video is awesome. My friend would really like this. And so they go and try and give their friend this link, right? But now that we've added that access tag, instead of redirecting the error page, it actually shows them promotional content that we can control. So now it gives them, instead of taking them into an error page where it's pretty much just like, oh, what do I do now? You can say, oh, I can actually buy this video. So let me go ahead and buy that. And now that I purchased it, when I go back to the page, I'll see the video. So it just gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of what you're doing on the page itself. Okay. This question is from Will. Also, can we enable emails when people add, remove subscriptions, as some of them will need to manually turn on or off our end in an email alert? That would be great. Yes, you can do that. I'll show you, just let me get this T. So this is going to be done using our push notification system. So if you go to Developer Tools, first tab is Push Notifications. So the push notification system allows you to trigger an action based on an event occurring. So all the actions are, you can send an email, and this email can be sent to either the member involved in the event that occurred, or it can be somebody on your team. You can trigger, you can notify Zapier. So if you're not familiar with Zapier, Zapier is a platform that is used to be the middleman between one system and 500 plus of other systems. So if you wanted to do an integration with Salesforce or Shopify or some system that MemberMouse doesn't directly interact with, this push notification using notify Zapier can be used to accomplish that. You can also have MemberMouse call a custom script, like a PHP script that you write if you need to do something specifically custom, like for example, update a database or something like that. When the event is triggered, MemberMouse will call your script and pass any relevant data to the event so that you can then take that data in your script and insert it into a database or do whatever you need to do. But in your case, you're talking about sending an email. And so basically, these are all the events that can trigger actions. So in your case, you're talking about subscription cancellation. So this would be membership status change. So either memberships, it depends on if the product that has a subscription on it is associated with a membership or a bundle. If it's associated with a membership, you'd want to listen to the event membership status changed. And if it's associated with a bundle, you would do bundle status changed. Okay, so for example, in the case where we were just talking about the video rental, that bundle will expire after 7 days. So you could use the push notification system, and you can do this for all bundles or specific bundles. So you can say when the bundle status changes on the single video access bundle, and when status is of a particular status type, in this case expired, you can send an email to the customer. So in this case, you can automate sending an email when that video becomes expired for the person. So in your case, you're talking about subscription cancellation. So let's say that it's a membership and you want this to happen on any membership level, so across the board, and the status would be canceled. So you could do it for pending cancellation. So in the example I showed earlier, remember, pending cancellation happens when you cancel the subscription, but you've canceled it at some point in the middle or at some point during the actual subscription cycle. So if they have a monthly subscription and they cancel on day 15, that means they have 15 more days of access. So the account will go into pending cancellation for the remaining 15 days. So if you want to trigger something based on that status change, you would select pending cancellation, or like you could say, hey, your account's been pending cancellation, just wanted to let you know or whatever. Or if you want it to happen when the account actually becomes canceled 15 days from when they did cancel or whatever it is, then you would select canceled here. But either way, you can determine whether to send the email to a current member or somebody on your team. So all the other email addresses here in this dropdown are employees in the system. So the way that you add more employees is you go to general settings, and on the employees tab, you can create new employee accounts. So any email that you would want to send a person on your team, you can create the employee here, and then you can go back to push notifications and select it from the dropdown. Okie dokie. Last question from Kutin. When a person gets an overdue status, we would like them to be charged the next day, but he gets charged in 2 or 3 days. Is this the way it's supposed to work? Yes, that is the way it's supposed to work. It's called dunning. So we follow standard protocols for dunning the card, which is essentially if a card becomes overdue. Talking about the push notification system, you can use the push notification system to send an email to the customer when their card becomes overdue, telling them to go to the My Account page and update their billing details there. MemberMouse is scheduled to charge the card again 2 days after the first failure, and then I think 5 days after that, but there's a support article that lists exactly what the dunning process is. That can't be changed. You know, really, it would be very annoying from a customer perspective that you bill their card the following day, because you should be giving them time to actually address the issue on their own. And plus, the reason it's also 2 days is because if their card was declined today, it's likely it's going to be declined for the same reason tomorrow. So 2 to 3 days following the first decline, it's possible that something has changed. And then the third and final attempt will happen 5 days after that, again, allowing for something to possibly change. But the key is too, you also want to immediately send an email to them as soon as their account goes into overdue status. And again, just a reminder on how you do that. By the way, on this demo site, we have a cron job that runs every 2 hours and clears out everything in the database so that the site maintains its thing. So basically that just happened. So all the stuff that we were doing is now gone, which is fine. But I'm just letting you know, if you do anything on this site, if you log in, it's gonna get cleared out every 2 hours so that it comes back to a fresh state. So basically in your scenario, what you want to do is go to developer tools, push notifications. And actually by default, we have an email in here. I think it's installed by default when you turn MemberMouse on, that sends this overdue email to people when their account goes into overdue status. So this is already in here by default. So it tells them your payment was declined, please update your billing information, and it provides a link to the My Account page and allows them to be automatically logged in securely when they click on that link. So it removes any friction possibly that could be there for them to updating their billing details. All right, that is the last question. So does anybody else have anything? Or are we good to go? Good to go. Where am I in Harry Potter? Well, I'm on the third film, Prisoner of Azkaban, and I am an hour and 42 minutes in, and the movie goes until 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I'm pretty close to the end of this one. Anything else? Cool. So I guess we're all done. Well, thank you all for joining, and I hope that you have an enjoyable weekend, and I will see you next time. All right, thanks.